Tell me about your book.
Ooh, well, first of all, we're really excited because this book has been in the making, I'd say, for at least a decade.
Everything started off with that. She was on location. I just arrived in the States. She was pregnant. I didn't know what to do with my life, and I started writing a manuscript.
And it was actually a love letter to me at first.
Yeah.
With some recipes from Grandma and his mom, blah, blah, blah. And it was called the Tuscan Cookbook for the Pregnant Male. Because, like, basically, when you're pregnant, your husband or your partner's also pregnant to a degree. You're eating more together. He gained 20 pounds, I gained 75.
Yeah. It was a way for me to explore how my life was changing, you know, not just from coming to Italy into a different country, but also being married and nurturing, you know, my wife that is expecting a child, and how all this plays.
And feeding the child within. He was feeding his child that was important. So it started there, and then we thought, you know, let's take this to the Writers Guild and just, like, you know, get a stamp on it so it's ours. So we, you know, kind of like decided to, we forgot about it because we had a baby.
Then YouTube came out and we started filming ourselves and that manuscript.
Well, no, you're going too fast. So YouTube came out and we had a camera that was given to us as a wedding gift. And I said, you're so cute. I said, I should direct you and put you on camera because you spoke so well at our wedding, and I never realized you had that in you.
She married without knowing.
So yeah, I got more than I thought. And so we put the camera on sticks, and I was like, "Hi, welcome back to Under the Tuscan." Oh, that sucked. Let's try it. Let's chin up. Come on, sit up.
With the remote control in the hand.
And he knew how. Something called YouTube launched, and he knew how to get do the editing and get the footage into under 10 minutes. And brilliant editor and great director, you know, great cook. He taught me how to cook Tuscan food, and that was the beginning of our sort of Tuscan blog show that became the predecessor to our televised show, Extra Virgin. And all the recipes that are in the book are many new ones, but a lot of the things we've been just doing for years that our fans love and have long awaited for.
Yeah, it's really finally the whole story from the day that we met, how our love and family revolves always around the kitchen table and the stove, how we make bread every single day.
It's called Extra Virgin, and it's available
Love and Recipes from Tuscan Kitchen.
Yeah, and it's series related, so we had the help of the network in terms of allowing us to use some of our photographs of us in Italy, because we never take our own pictures.
Yeah, we're always traveling, always working.
Yeah,
but it's fantastic. It's like birthing another child to a degree, and I personally cannot take it anymore because I probably read this thing like about 20 times between when I wrote it 10 years ago and the 5th copy edit version. So.
Plus, all of our recipes are in grams because, you know, it's the metric system.
There used to be everything
and
had to be
we had
converted,
and you know, and then I had to flush things out with, you know, my take on stuff, and a lot of times we never actually thought about our take on things. So this was it was a good way to try to be cathartic and sum up like 13 years of living and cooking together.
And it's not just food. There's lifestyle. There's discovering Italy. There is also, I think, I really interpret our book as some sort of manual on how to love. A manual on how to build a family and love one another around the kitchen table or around the warm loaf of bread.
It's really user-friendly. Like, we didn't want to do a cookbook where, like, you open it up and go, oh my God, where do I get all those ingredients? And, like, I don't know if I can handle that. We really wanted to create something that was, like, user-friendly, that, you know, was able to share a little bit of history along with, you know, very simple ingredients. But that's sort of what we're trying to do, is just show people how to, like, reopen their palate to simple ingredients and get in the kitchen and not be scared and not be overwhelmed. How to reuse your leftovers, you know, because that in itself can make a fantastic meal.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like it's kind of like a biography with some food mixed in.
A little bit, yes. I felt that people should, because I was well known before I got into the cooking channel. I wanted people to know a little bit about who I really was, because people had preconceived notions from characters, or what little. I'm very private, so I wasn't out in the press. I didn't have any scandal. I've always been very, very camera shy in terms of, maybe I might take a fashion photo, but, like, you're not going to know anything about me or what I was doing, who I was sleeping with, or anything, including, you know, once I got married.
When we started dating and I moved here, I'm like, well, you know, now that we're in Hollywood, let me see if there's any scandals or any, you know, naked pictures or any of that kind of stuff. Nothing. Like, we're clean as a bell.
Well, I've always been very on the quiet tip. I'm very private
that.
in my life, and I do the same thing. Even though Extra Virgin is our family and we use our kids in it, A, I make sure that they get a little paycheck so they don't feel I exploited them. They can't throw it in my face down the road. B, they're really interested in cooking, and you know, we have final cuts, so we don't have meltdowns.
And we really give.
The reality is to drive the food recipes. It's not about the family.
We really give you only what feels natural to us as a
family. It's like
family.
Modern Family in a sense, but we're doing it before Modern Family. Snap.
Since you talk so much about your memories of your grandmother and how you're sharing your love of food with your children, tell me what you do every day, that how you kind of show them your world and teach them your love.
I'm the first one that jumps out of bed. I serve her coffee in bed every single morning. That has been for the past 12 years. I prepare breakfast to the youngest daughter, who's the first one that runs in the kitchen. While she has breakfast, I start mixing my bread dough. That's something I do every single morning whenever I'm around. Make the lunch boxes. Eventually the 11-year-old comes down, and she's now into grabbing breakfast on the way to school, which I'm really kind of like trying to...
I'm not into that.
Exactly. I'm like, you know what, like, get your first bite here, you know, take your time.
That's when I come down.
That's when she comes down.
I come down, I'm like, all right, we're gonna have some eggs, we're gonna have some yogurt, we're gonna try to do some oatmeal, and like she would be very happy to have a cup of coffee and a cigarette, even though she doesn't smoke. But like, you know, she's got the very Italian
blood running in her.
Like, you know, like I'll just grab a little pastry and a cup of coffee and go. And she's 11 and she likes coffee. We try to sit down with our children we sit down with our kids every single night. We cook dinner.
Unless we're working. But
and well, I'm going to finish my question, so don't get too busy with me. No, I just want to finish it. And we find it very important to sit down with our family every day. I think you only have your children from the very early years when they're first born to maybe 10 or 11 to teach them good eating habits. It will give them a lifetime of good eating habits, and I think
it makes for a good bride too.
And survival instincts, like to learn how to be a lady, how to be a good son or a good daughter, what goes on in the kitchen, you know, how to take care of yourself, and you have to teach children this stuff very early.
It's a good imprinting. There's no way back after that. And once they, you know, go to college, maybe instead of doing takeout every night, they will know how to make themselves, you know, a nice dish of pasta or a healthy salad or even grill some meat.
Yeah, I mean, my 7-year-old the other day, she came down and she cracked open 2 eggs as I was making coffee. I turned around and I said, "Oh, what's in the little bowl there that you make when you're whipping the eggs up?" She goes, "Oh, I added some milk and salt and pepper, and I grated some fresh Parmigiano." And it was like, oh my God, like I was so impressed because it's not someone that she had done in front of me before. She used to just like whip the eggs and that was it. And she's growing, and sometimes she'll come and she'll put the pod. We have one of those pod espresso machines. She'll put the pod in and come upstairs with like a beautiful little espresso, you know, with the foam to serve us. And we are creating a very strong women. We're creating strong. We don't have sons. We're creating strong women, and
it's my
that
retirement
makes me proud.
plan.
You know, yes, yeah, that's his retirement plan. Because
eventually, one day
I'm 8 years old, so I might be dead. So you need these kids to look out for you. God forbid.
In general.
I'm kidding.
It's such a gift that you give them.
We try. We're trying.
You know, it's only
the
us.
Time you have.
It's only us. We don't have a family here in the States. My family is in Italy. Her family is down in Florida. So it's really like a core. Me, the 3 girls, and the dog. And if we don't make the most out of it, if we don't grow together, if we don't cherish every single moment that we are lucky enough to be spending together, then one day it'll be gone and you'll be like, oh damn, I wish I did. And we already know that we won't have that regret. We have given every single available moment to our kids, to the point that we travel for a day and a half and we miss the kids. Even if we had a wonderful date in the hotel room last night, you go to bed and you're thinking about your kids, which is, you know, it's beautiful. It's, you know.
Thank God for FaceTime.
Right.
Hi, Mommy.
Hi, Mommy.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much.